Doctor Who Ghostlight, the 10th story of the 7th Doctor, is written by Mark Platt and starring Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred. I'm wearing all black because, well, it's a dark season, and also because the 7th Doctor wears a hat. So I thought, why not wear a hat and, looking all dark. So the title was going to be Bestiary and Life Cycle, then got changed to Das Haus der Tausend Schrecken, that's German for The House of a Thousand Frights / Horrors. According to the DVD release, in the earlier script, it was to be set on Gallifrey in the Doctor's ancestral home and deal with the Doctor's past, but John Nathan Turner rejected that idea because it would reveal too much of the Doctor's origin, but it later got reworked on Long Barrow, so instead, in the serial, it got reworked to make both evolution and the idea of an ancient house central to the story. There was rumours that the story was the last classic era to be filmed. However, it wasn't. The Curse of Fenric and Survival, both produced beforehand, followed it in transmission order. The story is obviously set in Victorian era in the household. While Pritchard gave a dinner to someone, the Doctor and Ace see in the museum with all the toys and stuff. As the Doctor found something on the floor, it was a metal snuff box with initial RFC embossed on it. The Doctor and Ace are held at gunpoint by Redford Van Cooper, but then he stares out the window like he's seen a ghost.
Redford, I found you. What have they done to you? You look like a ghost.
Is it really him?
As the Doctor and Ace are rescued, they have tea, and it's pretty amusing that they said Ace is barely clothed. Ace was angry at the fact that she's in Perryvale again.
I told you I never wanted to come back here again.
And then there's unrequited love and tyranny.
While Josiah Smith offers the Doctor the money, Ace finds herself in some kind of control room and confronted by two aliens, which looks pretty freaky. Luckily Nimrod rescues Ace, then later Josiah held the Doctor and Ace at gunpoint, but they gassed him with a machine, and, well, Josiah's face is screwed up and he pretty much freaked everyone out. And the Doctor finds a policeman in the drawer. Again, Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred are great as the 7th Doctor and Ace. I love their chemistry. Ian Hogg plays Survey, or as he styled himself later, as Josiah Samuel Smith, a long-lived being involved in Light's survey of ancient Earth. I thought he was great. The scene set in Gabriel's Chase Upper Observatory featuring Josiah, Nimrod and Light were rehearsed for Ghostlight Part 3, but was cut from the script and didn't get filmed. This featured Nimrod informing Josiah that he wishes to resign the position as butler. After Josiah storms off angrily, Light appears and he tells Nimrod he thinks they shall be late for dinner. However, Mark Platt wrote that scene in the novel. The actors who are considered for the role are Ian Bannon, Michael Caine, John Carson, Kenneth Colley, Frank Finlay, Michael Gothard, Del Henney, Bernard Hill, Dennis Lill, Anthony Valentine and David Warner. Lady Margaret Pritchard is a housekeeper and the wife of Sir George and the mother of Gwendolyn. She's played by Sylvia Sims, who's fantastic, and sadly she passed away, which is last month from the time of recording. Rest in peace. Michael Cochrane plays Redford Van Cooper, a hunter and fellow of the Royal Geographical Society, who ended up as a prisoner in Gabriel Chase in Perryvale for going mad in Africa. He does a great job as well. John Hallam plays Light, the Eternal, who travelled through the universe making a catalogue of life as an evil older than time itself, according to the Doctor. I think the effects on the guy looked pretty cool. The concept was pretty interesting. I'd love to see more of it. Sharon Deuce plays Control, a long-lived being who was a member of Light's survey of ancient Earth, although she could be eternal. And I think she nailed the role. Emma Thompson was considered for the role. Apparently the character's name is a fairly highbrow pun, where Smith served as the variable, she served literally as the Control. Eventually Control evolves much more rapidly than Smith himself had done. Carl Fajoni plays Nimrod, who's a Neanderthal race. They exist on Earth during human prehistory, which I thought was pretty interesting. I think we really should see more of that. Frank Windsor plays Inspector Alfred Mackenzie, a police officer, which I think he's great. Catherine Celestinger plays Gwendolyn Pritchard, the daughter of Sir George and Lady Margaret Pritchard, who lives in Gabriel Chase. I thought she's great too. I. I love her singing voice. John Nettleton plays Reverend Ernst 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 Matthews, a vicar that travelled from Oxford to Gabriel Chase in Perryvale, he's great too. Brenda Kepner plays Mrs. Gross, a housekeeper, she's canny. The great casting, the effects and direction by Alan Waring are fantastic, and so is the music by Mark Ayres. Next day, Nimrod is still a suspended animation. Ace slept nearly all day. At one point, the Doctor asks the door to open and lets in a big yellow light, which looks pretty effective. After Control in the cloak came in, who looks pretty freaky and kind of reminds me of the costume that me and few co-stars wore in the Snow White panto, which is the bit where Snow White is in the dark forest and we were dancing Scared of the Dark by steps. Josiah gets electrocuted. The Doctor helps Control release the light, and I think the effects is well done.
How do you do? I'm the Doctor, and this is my friend Ace.
Thousands of years in the past, an alien spaceship came to Earth to catalogue all life on the planet. After its task completing and collecting samples including Nimrod, apparently Light isn't happy the fact that he's on Earth after Control gets changed. She joins everyone for dinner. The Doctor eventually convinces Light for futility of opposing evolution, which causes him to overload and dissipate into the surrounding house. Control's complete of evolution into a lady derails Smith's plan, as Fen Cooper, having freed himself from Smith's brainwashing, chooses to side with her instead of him. Finally, the Smith taking on the ship, Control, Fen Cooper and Nimrod flew the ship to explore the universe. While the Doctor and Ace walks back to the TARDIS, the Doctor wonders if Ace has any more regrets about burning the house. Ace tells him she wishes she blew it up instead, and I love the fact that the Doctor says wicked. I think that was Sylvester McCoy's idea to say that in the end. Lots of good stuff in there. What did you think of Ghostlight? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.